Hi guys! So today is another first impressions video and I am doing the Tarte CC Color Clay Primer. You are supposed to be able to wear alone or with makeup. So I'm going to apply it and see how I feel about it. It comes like this, and if you guys don't know a lot about Tarte products, all of their products are cruelty-free. They're always formulated without parabens, mineral oils, phosphates, triglycerin, sodium sulfites. This one's actually also gluten-free. Now, I'm not sure if all of their products are gluten-free, but I know that this one is because it specifically says on the back. And I know a lot of people with really severe celiac disease, this is really important for you to know. So if you are looking for a very like vegan and gluten-free product, I would definitely try and contact Tarte and check their ingredients out online. This would be the brand to go to if you have a severe allergy to gluten, or if you are just very hyper aware of parabens and sulfates and anything like that. That being said, here is this. I got it in the color light, and it says on the directions, the CC primer can be worn alone or layered under foundation for enhanced coverage. Starting in the center of your face, buff directly onto your skin in circular motions and blend outwards. The sticker looks a little cheesy or cheap on the cheaper end because the sticker's a little off-centered and it looks like it would peel off real easily, but the rest of the package actually is a little bit different from what I'm used to expecting from Tarte. But again, it's just the packaging. We'll see how it works. Open it up, it's one of these like twist sticks, and you can see that there's like the multi-colors in there, and it's supposed to have the green and the purple to offset any redness or discoloration in your skin. And I'm gonna get started. And if you've never watched my channel before, you should know that I have combination skin. So the color match is really good. It definitely evens out your skin tone quite a bit. I don't have a lot of redness, so that's not something I'm too concerned with. I really like the texture. It's very smooth, but it's not greasy, it's not wet or like super chalky. It's just a very fine, like cream to powder formula almost. I like how smooth it's making my skin feel. I applied it all over my face. I really like how it's making my skin feel. It really smooths out the texture of my skin. If I was to apply a liquid foundation or even a powder foundation right now, it would feel super smooth. It's really improved the texture of my skin. It's definitely color corrected quite a bit. Not that I had a lot of redness or anything like that, but I do have some dark areas on my skin tone. So it definitely did that, and I think this would be an amazing primer. It really, really feels good. It did a light coverage, and I like it. I don't even think I need that much more coverage, especially if I add a little bit of concealer and brightening under eyes. So I am going to apply the rest of my makeup and I will check back in with you. Okay guys, so I just finished applying the rest of my makeup. All I did over the CC primer was I dusted a little bit of the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Airbrush Foundation, which I did the first impressions on. I just dusted it a little bit on my T-zone and a little bit on my cheeks just to set the CC primer because it was so smooth and so it just made my skin feel so smooth and like silky that I felt like I needed a little bit of a powder just to set it and kind of keep everything in place, and because I was worried I was going to get shiny on my T-zone. So I used that not like as a full coverage foundation or a foundation at all, but more like a heavier loose powder. So I set that all over. I applied the rest of my face makeup and I'm gonna go about my day now. It is Valentine's Day, by the way, so happy belated Valentine's Day since I didn't get to talk to you guys on Valentine's Day. So today it is now 1:52. We're gonna go grab some lunch. It's pretty hot out. I sweat pretty easily and get warm real easily, especially on my face. So that's a good indication if this will last or how the coverage is or if it's gonna melt off or all that stuff. So like usual, I'll do my check-ins and I will do my final thoughts at the end of this video of whether or not I like the CC primer and what I would think it's good for, blah blah blah, all that stuff. So I will check back in soon. Hey guys, so it is 4:29 right now and we are going to go pick up Dolly from the groomers. My nose is really shiny right now. I really need to blot my nose. And my forehead's a little shiny. It looks shinier on camera than it is actually, but my nose is definitely kind of shiny right now. The coverage is still really good. I think it's a good color correcting primer and light coverage, but it's not, yeah, I mean, the coverage is still good. I don't have a complaint about the coverage, but I do need to blot because I'm really shiny. And it's been about, what did I say? It was 4:30, so it's been about 3 hours. That's not very long lasting, but I don't think it says like shine-free coverage or anything like that. It's really a color correcting primer. You probably do need a lot more powder than I actually applied, although I did apply quite a bit of that Tarte Amazonian Clay full coverage airbrush foundation on my nose. So, and I didn't need a lot of it when I did the first impressions on that foundation. I didn't even use powder. So, I don't know. I have a couple mixed feelings right now. I'll check back in. This is my final check-in and final thoughts. It is now 8:23 in the evening. I've had it on for about 7.5 hours, I think. Something like that. Ooh, my phone. So I did use a blotting sheet on my T-zone and my forehead after I did my last check-in. And right now, everything looks really good. I think the CC part of it, the color correcting, is definitely a big thumbs up. It really does color correct and gets rid of any uneven skin tones, and I really think that having the green in this little part is really good if you have redness. It did a really good job evening out my skin tone. It made my skin feel really nice and smooth, and it has a powdery but not cakey feeling. It's hard to describe. It actually just feels really nice. So if you get a chance to swatch it in stores, swatch it on your hands and you'll feel it. It's just a very smooth finish, and the closest thing I want to say is like a powder smooth finish without it being powdery or cakey. And I like the stick formation because it's really easy. You saw me apply it. I just kind of dabbed it everywhere and blended it in with my fingertips. I think this would make a pretty decent primer if you're using a powder foundation, because I do not think it is mattifying or going to prevent any oils or greasiness from happening, because I do feel that it is more of a color corrector, which is what it is, obviously, but I think it needs to have some sort of a powder finish, either using a powder to set the CC primer or using a powder foundation to really apply it over and do a full coverage kind of a situation. I find myself wanting to use this more for if I'm just running out of the house and I need a little color correcting. I don't want to like look so uneven in my skin tone. If I'm using a lighter powder foundation like the Tarte Amazonian Clay full coverage airbrush foundation, which I don't think is full coverage, but I really like it. And again, I did a first impressions, so check that out. But I think this combined with that mineral powder foundation works really well together. I also just like having this maybe in your purse, because you know, sometimes you are out or for overnights or even for travel. Like if I was traveling to a tropical beachy area, this would be perfect. Color correcting, I definitely think it's an A+ in terms of a color correcting primer on its own. Again, an A+, but you do need to set it with powder. Would I suggest this for like people with troubled skin? I'm not so sure. I don't know how well this would work if you have major discoloration or major hyperpigmentation. I don't think this is going to be enough for you. You can maybe use this as a primer, but this won't fix all those problems. It's an interesting product. I don't hate it. I don't love it like crazy, but it's a handy product, convenient product for kind of a just all over color correcting. Although if I was going to only wear a CC product, I would go with the CC cream because it's gonna have my SPF, it's gonna have my color correcting, it's gonna have more coverage, and it's gonna have the antioxidants, all that stuff. So I really like my CC cream from IT Cosmetics as well as the Physicians Formula CC Plus. So I mean, for a primer, for a stick primer, this is cool, and for a like hurry up and go, don't want to deal with brushes or anything like that, this would be why I would pick this versus a CC cream, would be my last thoughts on it. I'm a little disappointed in the packaging from Tarte because Tarte normally really blows my mind with the sleekness of their packaging and the quality of the packaging. I feel that this packaging's a little cheap because of the plastic, and also because the sticker on here is really kind of cheesy and cheap and it looks like it was slapped on. It just doesn't look like a Tarte packaging product. So those are all my thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you tried it out, what your thoughts are on this product. If you're gonna go get it, let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!